Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jay Mehta here from Mumbai, and in this video we are going to be discussing the treatment options which are available for urge incontinence. In our previous video we tried to discuss the predominant causes for having urge incontinence. Remember, whenever we are trying to talk of urge incontinence, as I already stated, it is a very socially distressing condition for the lady. Because the condition is such, what actually happens is it tends to be a socially inhibitive disorder. The lady always feels that if she goes out for a wedding, if she goes out for a drive, if she goes out on a vacation, whenever you are on the road, she may not be able to hold urine. There could be leakage of urine which will occur, and as a result of this, they become very inhibitive. But one must remember that these conditions, especially urge incontinence, is extremely amenable to treatment when treated correctly. There are a lot of medical management options which are available wherein one can treat urge incontinence. These medical management options predominantly include anticholinergic drugs. These are the drugs which specifically go and act on the bladder muscle, and they try to relax the bladder muscle. That is the mechanism of action. Once the bladder muscle stays relaxed, it is a good thing that the urge for passing urine goes down. But even before medical management, a lot of things like attempting a bladder diary, behavioral management of bladder control, and all of these can be attempted in very mild cases of urge incontinence. Quite a lot of times, simple antibiotics based on urine culture reports, provided there is a urine infection, simple alkalizing agents which we commonly use in our routine life in the form of syrup of cetal, fruit extracts, all these things are going to work in patients who have very mild form of urge incontinence. One must remember that once the patient is started on any form of medical therapy for urge incontinence, this medical therapy is going to be a little long-lasting therapy. It is not going to be a medicine which you are going to take for, let's say, 10 to 15 days, and after you took it for 10 to 15 days you were a little relieved, so then you stopped the medicines on your own. These are medicines which are typically administered for at least 6 to 12 months. That means 6 months to a year. And after that, there is a dose titration which is done. However, in quite a lot of women, despite doing all forms of medical management, they usually fail to achieve control over urge incontinence. These medicines may also be associated with certain side effects profile, especially dry mouth, which a lot of women don't tend to like. In cases which are completely resistant to all forms of medical management, the further line of treatment is typically putting a small camera inside the bladder, which is called as a cystoscope, and examining the bladder, and if need arises, taking a very small portion of the bladder as a biopsy and sending it for testing, which is called as histopathological examination. Based on the histopathological examination, further management protocols are decided in resistant cases. Usually, there is one condition which leads to resistant urge incontinence, which is again very common, and it is something called as interstitial cystitis or overactive bladder syndrome. These type of complaints are also associated with pain in the bladder along with urge incontinence. And it is these subset of resistant urge incontinence women who may also have pain while passing urine that a therapy in the form of Botox will be benefiting the most. When I say of Botox, it is actually the same Botox which is used on the skin in order to reduce the wrinkles. Now, Botox, when administered correctly inside the muscle of the urine bladder, is going to give a good relief for approximately 9 to 14 months in these women. The only thing with this treatment is that it is expensive and it needs to be repeated every 14 to 15 months for the effect to be sustained. But in women with bladder pain syndrome or overactive bladder or resistant urge incontinence where nothing is working, bladder Botox can prove to be an extremely beneficial therapy. Apart from that, the further line of treatment would include doing certain surgeries and putting in certain implants, which are going to act via Bluetooth and control the nerves which are entering the bladder. However, those are very technically advanced discussions. The procedure for injecting Botox inside the bladder has been demonstrated by us in our videos. People who desire to see that can go through that. Should there be further questions on this, one may feel free to post it on our comment box. Me or one of my team members will try and get back to you as quickly as we can. Thank you so much.